Cheers erupt in a Dallas courtroom after an accused serial killer is found guilty of murder.
What is the verdict of the jury?
Guilty of capital murder, ma'am.
When I was doing some research on this case, my mind was totally blown away. I was thinking, how did someone described as an introvert and always kept to himself end up committing the most brutal crimes in American soil? Today we're going to look at the case of Billy Chemirmir, who was born in Kenya on December 8, 1972, and he was born as a son of a senior colonial-era chief, and the name of the dad was Joe Chemirmir. Billy was the 8th child in his family and was raised in Solai. He schooled in Nakuru, and after completing his high school, he relocated to Kiambonyi, where he spent most of his time drinking in local bars before one of his sisters came to his rescue after securing him with an American visa, so that enabled him to relocate to the United States of America. In 2003, where he sold cars and also worked as a caregiver. Billy married in 2004, but 2 years later, his wife filed for divorce, and they officially divorced in October 2006. He first got into trouble with the law in Addison back in 2010, and also in 2011, when he was in Dallas, he was arrested and charged for driving under the influence. In that case, or both cases, he was fined and was given a short custodial sentence, but that was only the beginning of his life in crime. In 2012, Billy assaulted his then girlfriend and was charged for this crime, and he stayed off trouble for some time until 2016. He was caught twice at Edgemere Senior Living Apartments in Dallas using a fake name and falsely claiming to be an employee. Since then, he went off the police radar until 2018. In 2018, Holly Williams and her sister Lindsay Rowan were cleaning out their mother's apartment after her demise, and things seemed a little bit off. 1 week earlier, Pauline found their mother, whose name was Martha Williams, dead on the floor in her apartment at the seniors living apartment in March 18, 2018. The police came to the scene and also the medical examiners, and both departments decided that Martha had died of natural causes since she was at her old age. So when packing their mother's belongings, the two sisters noticed that there was a necklace and also a ring they don't remember their mother owning. And also at the counter of the bathroom, there was a pair of black glasses or sunglasses that were not their mother's style. They also noticed in the dining room area there are a couple of jewelry boxes which were open and empty. Lindsay had a strange feeling about the bedroom, so she decided to walk over to her mom's bed and decided to turn over her mother's pillow. One of the pillow, she saw the imprint of a face and a deep dark blood stain. She took the pillow to her sister and they both froze in fear. The following morning, in one of the buildings over their mother's apartment, another woman was found dead, and yet another woman had survived an attack from a man she said tried to smother her with a pillow, and her name was Mary Battelle. The police began investigating the attack on Battelle, and they found a suspicious person linked to Billy at 2 areas of senior living communities. The police decided to set up a sting operation or an arrest at his apartment in Dallas. Billy was arrested later in the evening after Mary's attack. At the time of his arrest, Billy had cash and also jewelry, and the police had seen him throwing away a red jewelry box into a dumpster before they moved in on him to make the arrest. The police walked over to the dumpster, took out the red jewelry box from the trash, and they found a name written on it, which was Leo D. Harris. The police went to the address of Harris, but when they got there and they knocked, they found that all doors were locked and also windows. So they decided to break through the door and went inside, and where they found her dead body was lying inside her bedroom floor. At this point, the investigators started thinking to themselves that maybe they had missed something all along, and there are hundreds, or rather dozens of cases related to Billy, and that's when they decided to comb or go through hundreds of death cases and reports from missing jewelry and matching them to the records from Billy's phone. Medical examiners also evaluated each case at a time, changing the death certificate from natural causes to homicidal violence or undetermined. Billy was charged with 22 counts of capital murder of the victims who are aged between 70 and above. And in April of 2022, he was found guilty of killing Harris and was sentenced to life in prison in Texas without parole. And during the interrogation with the police and during the time of the trial, he continued to maintain that he was innocent in the whole charges that were laid against him. And later on, he was put on trial for the murder of Mary Brooks, which began on October 3rd, 2022. And the main reason he was tried in this case was because the prosecutors wanted him not to have a way out in case his appeal on the Harris murder went through. They didn't want him to have any chance of being a free man. 4 days later, after the Mary Brooks trial had begun, he was convicted of the murder of Mary Brooks and was sentenced again to life in prison. After his guilty verdicts, the remaining homicide cases, which were 20, were dismissed, which disappointed many of the alleged victims' family, but they accepted the decision anyway because Billy, at the end of the day, he's never going to walk out of prison. Well, thank you so much for watching this episode, and see you on the next one. And remember to always lead with love. Bye-bye.